One championship. Guys, they got a guy. Now, if you're a real fight fan, you've got to get following one. And the reason I say that, what do you like? What do you like in fighting? Do you like the MMA? Okay, great. They do it over there. But do you like the striking? Is that just the striking? Do you like that? Okay, great. Because they do it over there. What about the grappling? You like the Gordon Ryans, the Gary Tonins, the Bucheches of the world? Okay, great. They do that over there. So it's one of these things. I go to an open workout. Now, I went over there to catch up with Rich Franklin. I went over there. I just happened to be in town. I get a plane that gets delayed in Los Angeles. Boom. I happen to have my camera. We're making YouTube videos. I run. I catch this one event. But when I'm there, I meet a guy. I meet a guy named Jonathan Hagerty. Of all the people that I met, I left, or rather, we left, and he had made the biggest impression on me. Now, he made a big impression on me for two reasons. One, I watched him work out. He was just fun. You get a mitt guy, you get a guy doing a mitt workout, right? Have you guys ever watched, and I'm sure you have, Roger Mayweather with Floyd? It is a dance. It is a thing of beauty. You get a guy like Teddy Atlas doing a mitt workout with somebody. This is, you want to talk real art? Truly, it is a choreographed thing of beauty, and that's the way Josh was hitting these mitts. I mean, even had a sound. He was making music out there. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, okay. Then I visit with him. Turns out he's a great guy. I can't say that about all the guys that I meet. I mean, I just really can't. Turns out this was a great and thoughtful guy. Second generation. His pops was a fighter. MMA. His pops did MMA. He has only done Muay Thai, kickboxing. He fought a guy named Rodtang. Do you guys know who that is now? You probably know the name. Why do you know the name? Because Demetrius just fought him, and they did the mixed rules fight. Rodtang was the opponent of Demetrius, where they were going to go a round Muay Thai, a round MMA. A round Muay Thai, a round MMA. This is what they were going to do. Demetrius ended up stopping him. But Rodtang is as good of a striker as you're going to come across. Jonathan had fought him not once, but twice. Now, they went 1-1. Jonathan tells me this. I'm 1-1. They happened to be playing the fight of Jonathan versus Rodtang. They're playing, and he's telling me, yeah, this is the one where I beat him. So I'm visiting with him, and I look up a little at the screen. I'm visiting with him. I look up at the screen. They're doing a decision. They raised Rodtang's hand. Jonathan, yeah, they gave him the decision, but I won. As a matter of fact, we rematched it. So the official scorebook is 0-2 Rodtang, but we're truly 1-1. And he said that's even accepted amongst the community. Great. I love that as a jumping off point, guys, because I asked you 2 weeks ago. I came to you. I said, guys, I'm having a hard time. Adesanya versus Pereira. The only thing they're going to do, we're going to call it something different. We're going to call it unified rules. We're going to do it for a mixed fight championship. It's going to be 5 rounds, and we're going to put on the little gloves. Other than that, you've got two guys who've done the same thing twice already with the same result, favoring Pereira. What is it that I should expect that could be different? I just asked you guys. I didn't know the answer. I asked Coach Henry Hoof, please get back to me. Please just make me a video, send it to me. He never did. You guys went out and watched the fight. Israel Adesanya went on Joe Rogan. Now, I don't believe that Izzy went on in the last 2 weeks that I've asked the question. I believe I had a clip sent to me that was filmed prior to, but I still saw it. Here's the answer. Here's what people are saying. Exactly like this Jonathan Hagerty versus Rodtang. The community accepted the first fight as a win for Israel Adesanya. He did not win. In the books, it went down Pereira. Nobody accepted that. In fact, it was the controversy of that decision that forced match number 2, of which many people are saying, including Izzy, that Izzy was winning until he wasn't. Now, that's interesting, guys. This story needs to be out there. I've been trying to bring it to you. I didn't have it. So what is going to be different with Pereira Adesanya? Well, apparently, before we get to different, we need to back up and see what happened the first time. And we can go ahead and look at first time as one collective evening. Take those first 3 rounds, put in the next couple of rounds that they did. Look at it as though it's all one evening. A lot of people are coming to the conclusion that Israel Adesanya was the better fighter. And that Pereira was able to weather the storm, stand his ground, very good competitor, Good power finally found his opening, got his hand raised. There's no knock to Pereira. There's no compliment to Adesanya. That's not a way to handicap and go over to DraftKings and think that you got this whole thing figured out, but you are at least now armed with a little bit more information. And when I do ask the question, right, when we deduce and break down this fight, everybody has come to the same conclusion. Now, I get that we could have it. Everybody comes to the same conclusion. These guys are going to go and fight Muay Thai. Straight up, stand up, anything you can do but headbutt. You can elbow, you can knee, you can kick, and you can punch. You can use any limb and any tool that you want. We're going to do it under the unified organization, but it's going to be a stand-up Muay Thai fight. So when I ask the question, why should we believe that we're going to have a different outcome? Because right now, Israel Adesanya, you want to talk about DraftKings, Adesanya is the favorite. He started as the favorite. His win over Cannonier, boom, they rolled right into it. By the very next day, DraftKings had this lineup. Adesanya started as the favorite. He remains the favorite today. How would he be the favorite when he's going to go out and do what he's already done twice and failed? Well, because there's more to the story. That's why. Because many aficionados that watched it thought that he looked like the better fighter, the more skilled fighter. He was able to touch his opponent more times than he was touched. All of those things are true. Daniel Cormier brings up a point that says if Pereira is confident that he can knock Izzy out with the 16-ounce gloves on, could be very confident that he can do it with the 4-ounce gloves on. Great. I'm not looking to put Pereira down. I'm not looking to build Izzy up. I'm looking to explain to you, my audience, what we have to look forward to in this fight. Why the handicappers, why the DraftKings of the world are favoring the guy who is currently 0-2 when they're getting ready to go out and do the same thing. Well, that's the story. That's what's different. It happened with Jonathan Hagerty versus Rodtang. It appears that it has happened with Izzy Adesanya and Alex Pereira.